Data types and variables. The data type refers the type of value we are going to store in a variable like integer, float, character, double, and the variable is a name or identifier which holds the value. Let us understand the data type. A data type specifies the type of data that a variable can store, such as integer, float, character, string, etc. Coming to the data types in C, we have 4 data types in C: basic data types, derived data type, enumeration, and void data type. The first basic data type has integer, character, float, and double, whereas derived data type has array, pointer, structure, and union. Enum is the enumeration data type, whereas the void is the void data type in a C programming language. Let us understand the basic data types one by one: integer, float, character, double, long. In this table, we have shown that 32-bit CPU and 64-bit CPU, if you are having, what will be the range and what is the size of the basic data type. So first is the character, which holds 1 byte of size, and range is -128 to 127. Similarly in 64-bit CPU also. Short, you can see 2 bytes and the range is given for both 32-bit and 64-bit. Integer also, a range is given in minus and plus, positive and negative, both ranges are given. For long also, the size and the range, and for the long also there is a size and range. You can see there is a float data type, and again there is a size for the float data type also given, and for the double also the size and the range is given. So this is about the basic data types. Coming to the derived data type, as we know that the function, array, pointers are the 3 derived data types available in the C language. We will understand these derived data type one by one in upcoming videos when we talk about the functions, arrays, and pointers. So here we have just brief explanation of what this derived data type can do. Like functions. A function in a C language consists of a function body associated with the function name. As we know that every C program is written in the main. Main itself is a function, and we can have the subprograms also. In every C program, in every C language, the execution always begins from the main function. So main is also a function which gets terminated after completion of some operations, and always the main starts from opening curly brace and ends at the closing curly brace. Similarly, if we declare the functions, we can have the return type, we can have the function name, then the data type, and we have the parameters. So you can see, if we declare any function after the main function, if we declare any functions, any subprograms, so those subprograms are the derived data types, and user can define the function name. So return type should be there, function name should be there, opening parenthesis, data type parameter 1, data type parameter 2, dash dash dash, data type and parameter n should be there. Similarly, in the derived data type, we can have the arrays. Array in C is a fixed size collection of similar data items stored in a contiguous memory location. An array is capable of storing the collection of data of primitive, derived, and user-defined data types. So we have array declaration, data type, then the array name, and we can refer the size for the array name. So data type it might be integer or character or float, and we can refer any variable name that becomes the array name. And if we use the square bracket and specifies the size in between the square bracket, that become the size of an array name. A third is a pointer in the derived data type. A pointer in a C language is a data type that stores the address where the data is stored. We refer the variable and we store the values in a variable. So this pointer refers the address of a variable where actually the value of the variable has stored. We can refer the physical address of a memory with the help of pointer. So pointer stores the memory address of a variable and functions and even other pointers also. So pointer declaration is there. So we can refer the data type like integer, then we can use the asterisk, then the PTR name, that is the pointer name, semicolon. The third data type in a C is enumeration data type. In an enumeration data type, which enhance the readability of the code, if you have integer constant in a code that can reuse or clubbed together, we can use enum to define the constant. The most common example of this enumeration is the days of the week. Like if we refer the enum become the keyword, weekdays become the enumeration variable. We can refer the weekdays. Weekdays means we can refer Sunday to Saturday. All the days can be stored in a weekdays variable, or we can refer Monday to Friday in a weekdays, and we can store Saturday, Sunday in weekends. And if we refer enum, we can hold multiple values, which makes this enumeration data type more readable. A void data type is just an empty data type used as a return type for functions. If we don't want to return any value back to the calling function, then we can use this void data type. The absence of any other data type is a void. When you declare a function as void, it does not have to return anything. For example, if we use void, then swap number int a int b. So we are referring the parameter a, parameter b for swap number function, but there is a void. Void is a return type. So after execution of this swap number function, we are not returning back any value. Means this function does not return anything. So therefore we refer void. It says it's just an empty data type. After the data types, the next concept is the variables. So variable is an identifier. In previous video also we have studied in the C tokens the identifier. Identifier is a variable which holds some value. So here a variable is an identifier which is used to store some value. We can store some value in the variable, and these variables are also called as identifiers. Variable can change its value during the execution of a program, and we can update the values of the variable anytime in anywhere in the program. So therefore these are called as the changeable, not constants, right? We can change the values of the variable, we can update the values of the variable. So therefore we say that the variable is a quantity whose value changes during the execution of the program. Let us understand the variable types. There are mainly 5 types of variables in C: local variable, global variable, static variable, automatic variable, and external variable. Let us understand one by one. First one is the local variable. Any variable that is declared at the inside a code block or a function and has the scope confined to that particular block of code or function is called to be a local variable. I have given the example also. Assume that there is a snap is your function name. You can refer any name as your function name. There is a opening curly brace and closing curly brace. So this is the function body. In between these two bracket, in the function body we have declared the local underscore variable. So this local variable we have declared it. So this local variable is restricted to this opening and closing curly brace, means the scope of the variable remains in the snap function itself. Beyond the snap function or outside the snap function we cannot refer this variable. So therefore these variable scopes remain to a function where these variables are declared. So these variables are called as local variables. Global variables. Any variable that is declared at the outside a code block or a function and has the scope across the entire program and allow any function to change its value is known as global variable. Now before the snap declaration, snap is our function, before the snap I have declared a global variable. The data type is int, integer data type variable, global variable. I have assigned 20 value to global variable. That value can be accessed in any of the function, not only in the snap, in other functions also. I can refer the global variable and I can change the values. I can refer the different values. In entire program, this variable is allowed. Okay, this variable, global variable, is allowed. So you can see in between these two brackets there is a local variable. I cannot refer this local variable in other functions. Say snap1, snap2, I have other two functions also. I can refer global variable in snap, snap1, snap2, but I cannot refer this local variable in snap1, snap2 because the scope remains in between this bracket. But outside the function, any variable is declared, I can refer in this function, I can refer in snap1 function, snap2 function and other functions also. The next is the static variable. Any variable that is declared using the keyword static is known as static variable. Static variable retain the declared value throughout the entire execution of the program and will not be changed between multiple function calls. It means that any variable which we declare and assign some value to it and we use the keyword static with that variable, that value cannot be changed. For example, in the function I have used a local variable, assigned 50 value to local variable. Then I have referred one more variable, static variable of integer data type. I am assigning 10 value to static variable, but this static variable has the keyword static. So before this data type I have used a static keyword space int data type, then the variable name static variable. Now throughout the program the 10 value remains same. I cannot change it. Say I have given the example also, local variable plus 1. In the local variable I have 50 value, plus 1 means 51. A 51 can be stored in x, and then when I update the value in static variable plus 1, in static variable I have 10 value. So if I store 10 in static variable plus 1 means I am updating 1 to static variable and storing that updated value 11 into y variable. But I cannot store y, it shows error because we will not change the value of a static variable, right? So static variable cannot be updatable. It's kind of fixed value. Automatic variable. Automatic variable can be declared by using the keyword auto. By default, all the variables declared in the C language are automatic variable. So if we don't use the auto keyword also, those variables are by defaultly declared as automatic variables. So we can update its values. Okay, like int local variable equals to 50. So this is the by default automatic type of variable. I can refer auto keyword also, and I can declare in this manner, right? So this will also become a automatic variable. The last one is the external variable, and it can be declared by using the keyword extern, and we can share a variable in multiple C source file by using an external variable. So these external variable can be used in multiple C source files. For using multiple C source file, we can refer that variable as external variable. So for declaring external variable, we use the keyword extern. So with the help of extern keyword, we can declare external variable, and it can be referred in multiple C source files. Let us understand some of the rules for declaring the variable. In previous video also, in C tokens, in identifiers concept, we have seen this example, valid variable names and invalid variable names. One more time, there is a rules for declaring a variable. Variable can have a alphabet, digits and underscore. We can refer the variable by having alphabet, digits and underscore. So variable can have all these things, but variable should start with alphabet or underscore. It cannot start with digits. So if you refer the invalid variable names, you can come to know I cannot refer 1, 2, 3 as variable. 1, 2, 3 is a number. Obviously it is a number. I cannot refer the number as variable, but I can refer A 1, 2, 3. So A, first alphabet should be character, means first character of a variable should be alphabet or underscore. No white space is allowed within the variable name. I cannot refer /a, /n, /t. Okay, so no white spaces is allowed. A variable name must not be any reserved keyword. I cannot declare as int long. Long is a data type name. It's a keyword. I cannot refer the keyword as variable, right? So these are the some of the rules I need to follow while declaring a variable. So therefore I have mentioned some valid variable names and invalid variable names. int a is a valid variable name. int underscore ab semicolon. So this is also valid because first character is underscore. It is permissible. int a 1, 2, 3. A first character is alphabet, and thereafter I am using digit. So therefore it is also valid. Coming to invalid variable names, int 1, 2, 3 invalid because a first character must be alphabet or underscore. So here in this case we have a first character as digit. So therefore it is invalid. Similarly, I cannot put space also between the two variables, and I cannot refer the keyword long. Long is a keyword. I cannot refer the any keyword or reserved word of a language as a variable. So therefore it is also invalid. So hope you understood all these concepts. So thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe.